Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and today we want to talk about one of the greatest players, one of the greatest catchers in the history of baseball, and that's Yogi Berra. You know, he's so underrated. People just don't realize all of the things that he's accomplished, and not only in baseball, but just as a kind of one of those kind of real fictional characters of the game. So this is his book, the Yogi book. It's the name of it is I Really Didn't Say Everything I Said. So I want to show some cards, but I want to talk about Yogi because you know, I think he's so underrated. You know, he led a team, really one of the greatest dynasties ever in baseball, the Yankees. He won 10 championship rings, you know, which was incredible. And you know, the story of Yogi is just kind of crazy because, you know, at the end, they stole his rings. And unfortunately, they burned his rings. They melted them all down. So, but here is a picture of Yogi with his 10 rings. And 10 championship rings. Just an incredible achievement by someone who really wasn't expected to be one of the greatest players. But he led this Yankees team. He was really the heart of the team. He was, you know, what you say, just kind of the catcher. And you know, they talk about the perfect game, Don Larson, but you never talk about the one that actually managed that game, and that was Yogi. So let's talk a little bit about Yogi. I'll show you some of his quotes, and I'll show you some of his things. Yogi was a 3-time MVP, an 18-time All-Star, and won the World Series 10 times. And some of the things that he said is, I really didn't say everything I said. So I'll show you some of his quotes here. Thank you for making this day necessary. Just kind of share some of these, some of the better ones. You know, you can't think and hit at the same time. And you know, that's something they say a lot. So let me show you one of Yogi's cards from his 1952 Topps card. One of the nicer cards, I think, of Yogi. I have his rookie card. I just don't have it with me. It's in the safe deposit box. But anyway, that's 52, which is really one of the nicest cards, I think, of Yogi. And, you know, some of his other sayings. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. And that was a conversation he was talking to Stan Musial and Joe Garagiola about in 1959 about Ruggeri's restaurant. That nobody goes there because it was too crowded. And Joe Garagiola was one of his childhood friends. So, you know, I'll share his 1959 card. That was when that saying was said, was quoted. That's his 1959. And, you know, just another beautiful card, nice background with the facsimile autograph there. You know, some more of it. And this particular quote kind of goes on with today and today's inflation. A nickel ain't worth a dime anymore. I think that's just an appropriate one nowadays. A nickel ain't worth a dime anymore. You know, he was just really one of these people that was really an entertaining person, but knew a lot of the stars. I'm gonna read you some of the quotes. You know, there's quotes here from Frank Sinatra and all that, but I think the one from Ted Williams kind of says it all. I was standing at home plate and the announcer said, now catching for the Yankees, Yogi Berra. I've never heard of him. And there he was. His shin guards and chest protector were too long. And I thought, who are they trying to kid with this guy? Well, I played against him for 10 years. And I appreciated his abilities more and more and more. He made the pitchers pitch. And he was a damn good hitter. So, I mean, from the best hitter in baseball, Ted Williams, to say something like that about another player, opposing player, that says a lot. And Ted Williams was not one that really complimented too many people. Here's another one of Yogi's. We were overwhelming underdogs. You know, just some cool stuff. And you know, that team was just an incredible team. Here's a picture of the team there. And there's the Mick, there's Yogi, and the rest of the guys. There's Billy Martin in there. And you know, just you know, and one of his quotes was, the other teams could make trouble for us if they win. So, you know, just some really common sense kind of stuff that you just don't see anymore. You don't hear anymore. Some of those kind of things from players, or really from anybody. You know, it's kind of, you know, an incredible sense of humor, and you know, one of the truly great guys. Here's his 1954 Bowman. Another beautiful card of Yogi. So I'll give you a good look at that. So I'll share those with you as I go ahead and go through. And you know, one of the quotes right in the back of the thing is this: 90% of the game is half mental. You know, just kind of stuff that makes me laugh. That's why I enjoy this little book. And you know, anytime you want to kind of, you know, get a little laugh and kind of be a little more, just, you know, read a little bit about Yogi. He's just a great guy. I mean, had almost 60 WAR, over 2,000 hits, over 350 home runs. I mean, he was the leading home run hitter for catchers before Johnny Bench. Here's another one. This is probably his most famous, is Deja Vu All Over Again. And this is my comment after Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris hit back-to-back home runs for the umpteenth time. It makes perfect sense to me. So that's what he said, is deja vu all over again. So again, some of his, you know, quotes and sayings have really, you know, been around for just so long. And it's just one of those things that it just kind of makes you laugh, because he's common sense, but kind of quirky, you know? Like, if people don't want to come to the ballpark, how are you going to stop them? I mean, it's just during his conversation, and if you've ever seen him interview, just a funny guy, always smiling, you know, and you know, just has sayings that, you know, like this: slump? I ain't in no slump. I just ain't hitting. So again, just some incredible stuff. Here's another one of the Yogis. This is from 1962. The 1962 tops. Those are really tough to get in a nice, in nice condition. This one came out of 7, which is really tough for a 1962 card. But you can see that it's a little beauty there. Little tip in the corners, but overall beautifully centered card. And it's a nice Yogi Berra in the 7. So I'll share that one also with you. And just going over this book. Let's see. This is another one of the popular ones that you've seen before. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. And this is, he was giving Joe Garagiola directions from New York to his house in Montclair. And then he says, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. So just cool stuff. I just enjoy that. Here's his 1957 card, and you know, some more of his sayings. We're lost, but we're making good time. This reminds me of I was reading this morning before I showed the video, and I was thinking of Lou Rock and Mangini driving to the National, saying this: we're lost, but we're making good time. Because they stopped at different places, they stopped at different card shops. And I think, you know, one of the things, you know, it just, let me kind of bring this back a little bit, share all the cards here a little bit, so you can kind of see them all together. And get them all on the screen there. And one of the things that, you know, the way this world is, you know, I think this is a good one here. If the world were perfect, it wouldn't be. So just some cool stuff to, you know, to talk about, to think about. You know, it's one of those things. And you know, one of the things, you know, just some great stuff. He was asked Yogi was asked to make a speech. And, I was receiving the key to New York City, and it was a hot, humid day. Mayor Lindsay's wife, Mary, commented on how cool I looked. And this is what he said to the mayor's wife: "You don't look so hot yourself." I guess I was a little nervous about the speech I had to make. So can you imagine him saying that to the wife? "You don't look so hot yourself," to the wife of the mayor. So just, funny little things that he said, and, just a couple things about, he used to take an afternoon nap. So he says, "I usually take a 2-hour nap from 1 to 4. If I didn't wake up, I'd still be sleeping." So just some cool stuff. Here's another one of the, here's an autograph of Yogi from the Celebration set. And you can see his autograph is pretty small usually, but it's always very, very legible. So that's one of the things that I liked about him. He really took the time, with people. He was a great, I guess, what do you say? A great ambassador of the game. Here's another one of his sayings: 90% of the game is half mental. So again, another one of these sayings. I think I repeated that one before. Anyway, just one of the greatest catchers, probably in baseball history, and led one of the greatest teams in baseball history. I'll put that this way, you can see it. Kind of keep everything in line there. So I'll give you one more look at all these cards, and as I go through, and I'll go through a few of these things. And this is when Johnny Bench beat his record, and he said to Johnny, "Congratulations! I knew the record would stand until it was broken." So this is when in the telegram, he sent a telegram to Johnny Bench after he broke his record for most home runs by a catcher. And it said, "Congratulations. I knew the record would stand until it was broken." So just, again, common sense, things that, it's just one of those things that came out of his mouth, and nobody else could have said that. So I think one of the last ones I will say, and one of the things I use, because I love this quote, probably my favorite of the whole book, is, "You can observe a lot by watching." And that one reminds me of Scott, Reindeer Studios. He's always observing and watching. So you can observe a lot just by watching. Sometimes it's better to listen than to be opening your mouth and talking. And, it's just some really, really thoughtful stuff that you just, when you think about it, all his stuff just really, really makes sense. And that's why he wrote this book. And let me go through some of these. And another one here, this is the Little League. And this was cool because listen to this. Little League baseball is a good thing because it keeps the parents off the streets and the kids out of the house. So again, another great saying. And, it's just great stuff. And I'll end it with this. And let's hope the future is better for all of us, because I think that's what we're all hoping. The future ain't what it used to be. So thank you, Yogi. Thank you for all your great sayings. Thank you for being such an incredible player, an incredible person, and ambassador to this hobby. So that's kind of a little tribute to Yogi. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome, awesome day. This is Orlando from a Collector's Dream, and I'll catch you on the next one.